everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy, and I am happy and excited and also honored and privileged to have you watching this video and joining me today for some universal guidance this week. Now, this reading is good from Monday, September 18th through Sunday, the 24th. But before we get started, really quickly, some real fast housekeeping. And that is, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you would consider doing so, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you in advance. You can turn off the notifications. That's not going to offend me. My spiritual German Shepherd, Parker, asks that you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a positive comment, share it, and all those things really do help. All right. Now, as far as sales and specials and events, there is so much going on at Your Natural Healer right now. And if I tell you everything, it's going to make these videos incredibly long. So every Monday at noon, I am releasing a video. It's going to be called like What's Happening This Week with Your Natural Healer. So take a look at that 12 o'clock noon Central Standard Time. You don't want to miss out on some incredible sales happenings. Make sure you're following me on Facebook. There's Facebook events as well. So check that video out. It's not very long, and it's going to give you all the specials, coupon codes for crystals and products, Reiki services, readings, astrology, live events. I have a wonderful live event planned for YouTube on Halloween, and all that information is in this video. So make sure you watch it. I don't want you to miss out. All right. Other than that, excuse me, I'm going to really quickly, this is the crystal I was drawn to this morning for you guys, and this is malachite. Now, as you see, I have this beautiful, that is an 8-pound, this thing is heavy, malachite sphere. I love this thing. But I was called to pull malachite for you guys this morning. I do sell this in the Your Natural Healer store. These are authentic. They are from Congo, excuse me, and they are hand polished. So aren't they gorgeous? So please make sure, if you are in need of malachite, check out yournaturalhealer.com. So we're going to set that off to the side. And I'm going to start shuffling. And for anybody new, I'm going to kind of briefly go over what's going to happen here. This is time stamped. So for anybody that's been watching, you can go ahead and fast forward to your card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3 cards. I'll lay them out in a row. And you're going to use your intuition, really drawing on that third eye. And this is a great exercise for opening the third eye, decalcifying your pineal gland. And you're going to use your intuition. So you're not going to overthink it. Whatever card you're immediately drawn to, that is your card. Okay? Now, a couple things. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. If it doesn't resonate with you, please don't freak out. Don't say this is fake news or woo-woo or anything of that nature. There's a couple things you can do. You can either sign up for a personal reading, or you can, and you can do that at yournaturalhealer.com. Or if there's something special you want in your reading, you can always email me and I can see what we can work out, okay? The second thing you can always do is come back later in the week, all right? Now, just because it doesn't resonate with you at the time of watching doesn't mean it might not resonate with you, say, Friday or Saturday. So come back and watch the video. And then finally, if it does resonate with you, I want you to take your right hand, place it on your heart, take a deep breath in, and say, yes, I claim this for myself. All right? So let's get this party started. All right, so there's our 3 cards, and you're going to choose one, either the left, the middle, or the right. And let's go ahead and begin. All right, the first card we drew is the left, and this is Temperance. All right, so a little bit about the Temperance card. This is a major arcana card. It is associated with the solar plexus, the element of fire, Jupiter energy, and Sagittarius energy. And Temperance is all about balance, patience, self-control. So for those of you, who chose this card today, I have to ask you, what is going on in your life that is really not imbalanced? And why isn't it imbalanced? You know, maybe you're working too much, or maybe you're spending too much time watching television, or maybe you're spending too much time hanging with your friends. Where is your life currently balanced? And the universe is saying, giving you a flag here, waving the flag going, hey, you need to wake up. Because when our life isn't balanced, think of the scales, and it's kind of like the cups here. They're pouring from one into the other to make that balance. And then you see the feet here. One is in the water and one is on the ground, again, representing balance. And if your life is not in balance, it can create chaos and stress and anxiety in other parts of your life. So if you're overdoing it, say at work, and neglecting your family, that's going to cause issues in your family life. And if you're too busy going out partying, hanging out with your friends, coming in late, going to work half hungover, that's going to affect your work life. So you really need to find that balance, which I know it's easier said than done. One of the things I would suggest to you is definitely meditate. Meditate on all of your chakras, okay? I don't necessarily think one is more out of balance than the other. I think this is going to definitely interconnect in between all the chakras. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your chakras balanced. You can go to the playlist called Guided Meditations. I do have it's called a Quickie Main 7 Chakra Guided Meditation. I think it's like 14 minutes long. That will definitely help balance your energy. And then you also receive Reiki during the 14 minutes. But as I said, balance. Maybe you're not being patient. Maybe you're really wanting something and you're not having that patience of receiving it when the universe feels that you're ready. Maybe it's a self-control issue. Maybe it's you're not cooperating with others. While I'm not getting that, I really feel like you're overcompensating in one aspect of your life rather than the other. And as I said, be very, very careful with that, because it can create stress, anxiety, frustration, all kinds of negativity in other aspects of your life. And you don't want that. And that's why we need balance. Too much of one thing is never a good thing. All right? We appreciate things less that way, and just balance. So I'm really hearing the word neglecting. So I think that whatever you're really focused on, you are really neglecting some other parts of your life, whether it's relationships, friendships, work, whatever. You're really neglecting. Maybe it's even your health. Maybe it's, you're not exercising or doing what you're supposed to do. But only you're going to know that. So you need to take some time to really reflect on your life. And you know it. As soon as I probably said balance in your life, you knew what I was talking about. Because I think you've been feeling a little bit of the, like for example, maybe if you're working too much and you're neglecting your family, that they're getting a little frustrated with you. So maybe there's a little more arguing in the family, a little more hurt feelings. So I think this is already occurring. But the universe is stepping in and saying, hey, it's time to reflect. It is time to work the balance in your life. We all have to have a work life, a personal life, family, friends, meditation, exercise, fun time, but finding a balance. Okay. So all I can say to you is make sure you're meditating on your chakras, work on those chakras, really focus on where you can kind of back down a little bit and where you can make some cuts to bring this down and bring these other things up that you're neglecting. And I think if you do that, everything is going to be fine. And honestly, that's going to remove a lot of stress that you might be starting to feel. Okay? Make sure you go to the Reiki Hug, get your 2 minutes distance Reiki healing. All right. If you chose the middle card this week, you chose the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, well, first of all, the Hanged Man is a third eye chakra card. It is associated with the element of water, the planet Neptune, and the zodiac sign of Pisces. This is a major arcana card. So I think there's something going on in your life, some delays, or maybe stagnation. And I'm not getting that it's from an outside source. I'm getting the feeling that this is stemming from you. So is it that, maybe you're being a little too arrogant, so therefore things have slowed down? Sometimes when we think we know everything or know how to do something, and then, we start hitting speed bumps and we have to take detours, we get really frustrated because, well, I know how to do this and I don't understand. So is this an arrogance thing? Or is it simple laziness? You got to do it and you're just hoping that it either goes away or it just works out. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of moon water. But whatever this is that's causing the delays and stagnation is coming from you. So the only way that you're going to reverse this around is you really need to reflect on yourself. And that's one of the things with the third eye chakra, is that the third eye, most people immediately think psychic and intuition, which is correct, but it's also being able to look within ourselves, using that third eye to turn it inward. And I think you need to do some, it's not necessarily hardcore shadow work. Excuse me. I don't know why I have a tickle. But I think you need to really do some self-reflection this week. And you're going to see that, if you are being a little bit arrogant, why? Okay. Most likely that is stemming from your solar plexus. If it is arrogance, then you need to work on your solar plexus. Maybe use some yellow jasper is first thing that came to my mind. Pyrite even. But if it's coming from kind of being lazy, then you need to ask yourself, okay, why am I being lazy? And again, that could stem from solar plexus as well. But on the other end, when you're arrogant, that means you've become egotistical. And confidence is a wonderful thing, but confidence can become egotistical or arrogant. But if our confidence goes the other way, then that can present as laziness sometimes. So I think you really need to do some self-reflection. And I think you kind of might know this already. I think that you've been getting very frustrated with the delays. And I'm getting the laziness side in my head. And if you're not doing what you need to do, or you're just blowing things off, it's only getting worse. And you keep going, oh, well, now you're to the point, it's, well, why even bother? Well, you need to. You need to take the first step and put the plans or whatever it is into action. Just sitting around and just blowing it off is not going to correct whatever this is. All right. So do some self-reflection. Excuse me. Work on your third eye chakra, but not in regards of psychic abilities into intuition. I want you to work on your solar plexus and third eye together at the same time. Do some introspection. You may have to pull in some heart chakra crystals. I think that you may need to go a little easy on yourself, especially once maybe you realize, okay, I am being egotistical or lazy. Acknowledging it is wonderful, but don't beat yourself up over it, okay? So I think working hand in hand with those two chakras, that's going to help you out a lot. Excuse me. As far as any kind of meditation goes, you could hit all your chakras. If you want a quickie one, I have that 14-minute. It's called the Quickie 7 Main Chakra Guided Meditation. That's under the playlist Guided Meditations. It's 14 minutes. It goes through all the chakras. That can be really beneficial to you. It's really going to hit that solar plexus, the heart, and the third eye, but it's going to hit everything else as well. But I think you really just need to take some time, back off a little bit. And when I say back off, I'm not saying sit on the couch playing video games, eating Cheetos and pizza. I'm saying you need to back off whatever it is, because you need to get your head straight first. And I think that once either if it's laziness, your solar plexus is slowed down. If it's the arrogance, it's sped up. I think once you get your solar plexus spinning in the correct direction, in the correct speed, then you're going to see that this stagnation, these delays are going to go right away, and everything's going to be fine. Things are going to be working out like you're wanting them to, and like you're working towards. All right. Make sure you don't miss out on the Reiki Hug, the 2 minutes. I know it's only 2 minutes, but it's better than nothing. So go to the timestamp Reiki Hug. All right, if you chose the right card this week, you got the 6 of Wands, but it was in reverse. Excuse me. The 6 of Wands is a heart chakra card. It is the element of fire. It draws on Jupiter energy and the energy of Leo. I know this is a heart chakra card, but I'm really getting solar plexus. I think that your ego is feeling a little bruised, and I think that that's why maybe the heart chakra is coming into play, because you might be kind of doing some negative self-talk, even though you really don't believe in negative self-talk. I think maybe you've been a little bit, whatever you've been doing a great job, and you've been doing fantastic, and you've been shining. You're like the shining star, but it's not coming from the heart space. Okay. You're doing it more to get the recognition, the pat on the back, the attaboy, job well done. So I think that you may be feeling a little bit of disappointment that you're not getting the recognition from, whether it's family or friends or coworkers. But at the end of the day, like I was in the Navy, and I remember, anytime you received an award or some kind of, like medal or ribbon or something like that, we always used to say, oh, well, this ribbon or this award, that and $1.50 will buy you a Coke out of a Coke machine. You know, I mean, yeah, it's nice to receive the recognition, but at the end of the day, does it really change anything? No. And if you're doing things out of ego, then why are you doing it? Because you're not doing it for your highest good or the highest good of anybody else. You're doing it to inflate your ego. And ego's a funny thing. And you know, I've been at jobs where you work your butt off, and this was before I got into spirituality, and you know, you really give 110% and you go the distance and more, and you don't even get a simple thank you or you're doing a great job or any type of recognition. And then you start to feel bitter and, well, I do all this stuff and they don't do nothing. Well, first of all, why are you comparing yourself to others? Okay? And if you're doing all this extra stuff because of ego, because you're trying to gain something and it's not, you're doing it from the heart space for your highest good, again, it's ego. So I think I keep hearing the word failure. And I think that's that negative self-talk. Oh, that you're just a failure, and you know, nobody recognizes all the good that you do in life. As long as you recognize the good, that's all that matters. And as I said, and as long as you're doing these things from the heart space, you don't need a piece of paper or an attaboy or, you know, yeah, bonus work is a nice thing. But if it's not coming from the heart space, or, you know, you're not earning it because you're really trying to be the best employee, that you're only doing it because, oh, you want to buy something. And so, yeah, if I work extra hours, maybe I'll get a bonus. You know, that's not really your highest good. Now, granted, at the same token, you're human, you're not perfect, but just getting down on yourself and expecting people to acknowledge every time you do something fantastic, that's not going to happen. That's not the way the world works. You know, if it's job related, you are paid a salary or a wage to perform a service. Okay? When you go and apply for a job, you don't sit there and go, okay, well, how many awards am I going to get? Or how many times a month are you going to say good job? Now, to be honest, a really good boss or supervisor will tell their employees when they're doing an outstanding job. Sure. And that's not saying you're not. And this may not even be career oriented. I'm just trying to give a little example. But the point is, don't expect thanks. Don't expect recognition, because that is all ego. And when we come from ego in life, it is going to bring a lot of crap with it. Okay? So continue to be the shining star. Do your best, but do it because that is the person you are. And do it because you want to shine. You want to prove to yourself that you are the best, or that you're a hard worker, or whatever it is. So really focus on your solar plexus. I think you need to come down a couple of pegs in whatever this is about. And I think that once that happens, I think you'll see people. You know, you ever have somebody, and really quickly, another example, you ever have somebody that they're like a yes man and they do everything the bosses tell them, or they go above and beyond because, you know, they're trying, and you're like, oh, he's a brown noser or whatever. That's what I'm feeling. I'm not saying you're a brown noser, but it's kind of that same energy, in that it's not coming from the heart. Okay. Don't do things just for the accolades. That is what I'm trying to say. Don't do it just for the accolades. You're better than that, and you know you are. All right. Go to the Reiki Hug, but you're going to have a fantastic week. I honestly don't see this, as long as you nip it in the bud now, I don't see this spiraling out of control. Keep doing a fantastic job. And I guarantee you will get recognition, but you're only going to get the recognition once it starts coming from your heart space. All right? Go to the Reiki Hug. Oh, we're at the Reiki Hug. All right, everybody. Let's see. I thought about doing solar plexus, but I'm not, even though I know a lot of you guys, I talked about you need some work with the solar plexus. We're going to hit Tibetan bowls. So go ahead and make sure your cell phones are on silent. This is only 2 minutes, so that you'll be okay for 2 minutes with your phone on silent. And then go ahead, close your eyes, and start scanning your body. Starting at the top of your head and working your way down to your feet, relaxing and letting any stress or tension go. All right. Nice and relaxed, breathing normally in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take a few more seconds, just melting into the surface you're on. All right, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes slowly. We did about 2.5 minutes today for our Reiki Hug. Coming back into the real world, taking your time. Again, I hope everybody got something out of this reading. Please make sure you subscribe, share the video, thumbs up. All the information as what's going on at Your Natural Healer will be down in the comments below. And I thank you again for joining me. I will see you guys on Friday from the email from your guardian angel. So until then, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.